Hey everyone, this is Rochelle from Multiple Passive Streams of Income. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you're updated every time I load a new video. This week is going to be quick. I just want to give you an update on my Hashflare account, my Crypterra account. I also want to update you on Ripple. And lastly, show you how my ad campaigns are panning out with price-pop.com, which is my Shopify online store where I sell the hottest hoodies and tees in this mofo. Okay, so first let's talk about what's been going on in cryptocurrency this week. Bitcoin is at the $10,000 mark. It actually went up a little over 11,000 during the week. And there is a lot of resistance at the $12,000 mark. If we can pretty much go past 12,000, I think that we'll start to see prices rise again. But right now it's hitting that resistance. So I'm not shocked that it's at $10,000 today. Another interesting thing that happened in the news this week is that the state of Wyoming, where the hell is that? Well, look on the screen. That's where it is. But if you live there, they are not going to tax cryptocurrency. So that doesn't mean you'll get away with federal taxes, but it is an incentive to move to Wyoming. Okay. Also, Venezuela, the country, was like one of the first countries to start their own cryptocurrency. I think it's called PETRO. And they also put out a news item stating that they will honor all currencies, cryptocurrencies in that country. And where the hell is Venezuela? Well, here's the map for you to know where that is as well. So most of the news for the week has all been positive, with pretty much every country stating they will not ban cryptocurrency and that they will have committees and boards to discuss how they want to proceed with cryptocurrency. Now let's move on to the first passive stream of income that I want to talk about this week, which is Ripple. As you know, I own some, and when I bought it, it was 70 cents. Right now it is $1.01. And again, Ripple continues to gain partnerships, basically business to business situations, and they've been doing this for months, and for some reason it is not reflecting in the price. But I am hodling it, and I hope to add a couple of more coins very soon to my hodl positions. Okay, now let's talk about the Hashflare and a passive income. As you know, I'm mining 21 terahash of Bitcoin. I started the investment on December 6th with a small amount. I increased it on December 12th, and I did withdraw 0.05 Bitcoin on January 9th. It totaled about $740 at that time. And as of today, I have accumulated an additional 0.0891 Bitcoin, almost 0.09, and that amounts to $889 today. But let's take a closer look at what's been going on with Hashflare. Now on the screen, if you look at my column 2, you'll see that my daily Bitcoin amount is increasing each and every day. But notice in January, the daily Bitcoin amounts that were being paid out, a lot of them were 0.002, some of them were even higher, but let's just say in the 0.002 range. Now let's look at February. So as you can see in February, if you look at column 3, the amount of daily output of Bitcoin is a lot smaller than January's outputs. As you can see, those outputs in February are 0.001 versus we were receiving like 0.002 and higher sometimes in January. Now, I'm not sure if it's because the difficulty of mining Bitcoin has increased, or at that time there were a lot of Bitcoin transactions stuck in the queue and people were willing to pay higher fees to get those transactions settled. And I don't think the queue is as crowded as it was back then. So therefore, people are not probably wanting to pay higher fees at this time. So again, I'm not sure if it's a combination of a few things or one thing in particular. But as you can see, the Bitcoin daily output is not as great as it was in January. So with all that said, Hashflare is still remaining profitable. Not as profitable as I thought it once would be, and that doesn't mean it won't change, because obviously if Bitcoin makes new highs in 2018, then the projection will change. But as of right now, I did take out $740 in January. The account has accumulated an additional $889 since then. So if you add those two totals, they amount to approximately $1,640, which is the halfway point of the original investment of $3,150. It's been about 2+ months, so let's just say it's another 2+ months. Let's say the Bitcoin price fluctuates and doesn't really go any higher. Then that means that it would take about 5 months to recoup back the original investment, and then the rest of the year would be pure profits. So again, the investment is still working well. Now, let's move on to Crypterra. Again, I'm quite sure many people were panicking, thinking it is an exit scam, and we still don't know if it is or it is not. But since the website was down, when the website went down on February 1st, I had $130.19 in the Crypterra account. When it went back up, which was about 3 weeks later, it was actually on February 21st, a couple days ago, when the website came back up. And as you may know, Crypterra is now X-mining. I was mining 76 megahash, and it is now 79.2 megahash. Now, the problem is, even though I can see my new balance, which is $289, so while the website went down, the account accumulated about another $160, which wasn't bad for 3 weeks, right? But the thing is, the website is not allowing you to withdraw your money. Now, I'm quite sure that was done on purpose, because I'm quite sure because of the panic, people are going to try to get all of their money out while they can. So in order to stop the running of the bank, as they say, I'm quite sure this was a calculated decision by Crypterra. So hopefully very soon Crypterra will allow withdrawals. And if that is the case, I did take out $155 in January. And I've accumulated $289 so far from the Ethereum mining. That total is about $440. My initial investment was $540, so I'm only $100 away from recouping my initial investment. Now, let's say Ethereum continues to mine at the same pace. Then let's just say in about 2 weeks or so, or 3 weeks, I should have the full $540 mined, and if I'm allowed to withdraw it from Crypterra, that would allow me to recoup my entire initial investment. With that said, then that's probably about 21 months, because Crypterra is a 2-year contract. That would be about 21 months of pure profits. So let's see what happens. Obviously, I will keep everyone posted. Now let's talk about price-pop.com. And obviously this is going to be the hardest of the multiple streams of income that I'm trying to accomplish, because this is a learning experience for me and a lot of experimentation, and I just don't have a mentor that could say, hey Rochelle, do this, do that, do that, do that. I got to kind of figure this out. So what I've been doing is trying to drive traffic to price-pop.com. Hopefully warm traffic, meaning they saw my video or they saw an ad. They clicked on it because they were interested, and for whatever reason, they didn't buy anything from the store. But I'm hoping to retarget them and to also be able to create a lookalike audience that has some of their similarities to hopefully be able to get sales in the future. Currently, I'm running a Google AdWords campaign that utilizes keywords that if people type in certain words, my ad hopefully would be shown, and hopefully they would click on it, and hopefully that would result in a sale. Right now, I'm not really satisfied with that campaign. Now, what came with the campaign was being able to work with a Google representative directly. And when I say work with them, that just means that I'm able to call and email them. And we don't spend that much time on the phone, probably every other day, maybe about 15 minutes. But I'm able to ask questions and able to get him to help me to set up the campaigns, because Google AdWords is a little confusing when you first go in there. So many tabs, and I still don't know, probably 90% of what I need to know. So with this campaign, we're basically taking keywords and removing the ones that aren't productive and then trying new keywords, hoping to find a combination of keywords that would eventually result in conversions. The one sale that I had last week did come from the Google AdWord ad. So I'm probably going to try it for another couple of weeks. Paul, who is the Google representative, feels that within a month there should be some progress, because it takes Google some time to optimize the ads. I'm not too sure that that is going to be the result, but I am going to try to be patient and give it enough time. But if after a month I am stuck at one sale or only a couple of sales, I will have to abandon that particular ad focus until I can figure out how to do it better and how to optimize it, because it is, starting to rack up a lot of money and ultimately is not resulting in any sales. So I probably may have to abandon it, but we shall see in the next couple of weeks. The next thing I was doing was running Instagram influencer ads. And that's basically going to Instagram pages that have a lot of followers, trying to contact the person who runs the page and asking them, can they put my video ad on their page? Probably not the best influencers, but what I found is that I would DM them and I didn't get responses back initially. I think I started DMing people in January, around January 21st, and I probably didn't get the first response back until February. So in any case, I did reach out to a Instagram page called BITCOIN.DAILY, and they have 48,000 followers. Again, I'm not a pro at this. Those could be fake followers. I'm not exactly sure. So I hope to get better at this. But ultimately, they were the first ones who returned my message, and they were charging $70 for me to be able to put a post on the page and to have a link in the bio. Now, the $70 I think is too much, but because I wasn't getting answers back from my DMs, I decided I wanted to try it even though it was overpriced. What I can tell you is that the video ad did get viewed approximately 2,147 times. Now, the next influencer was CryptoModel, and she has 40.5 thousand followers. And I basically asked her if I sent her a free t-shirt or a hoodie, would she wear it? And I did send it to her. The tracking did show that it was delivered, but she has yet to post anything or any picture with her wearing it. So I will be reaching out to her tomorrow by email, hoping that I can get a response back from her and some type of, productive picture of her on her Instagram account. The next one was BITCOIN.INFO, and they have the most followers out of the people who answer me back. They have 229,000 followers, and their price was high. I negotiated it down to $30 for 8 hours, which would include a post and a link in the bio. And that yielded 2,069 views and 14 comments. The next influencer was BITCOINPriceDaily. This influencer only had about 15,000 followers, but he was only charging $20, so that's why I went forward with it. It was a very weird and strange interaction. It was like I'm DMing him, and I'm like, when are you going to put the ad up? And he's like, I'll put it up today. And then I wait till like midnight and I don't see it up. I DM him again. Again, it could have been a time zone issue because I'm not sure where in the world he is. But he just had all of these weird comments like, oh, I know when I'm going to put it up. I mean, that's not good business. Every other page I said I wanted it up on this day at this time, and they did it. So again, very weird interaction with this guy. But it amounted to 559 views. And the last one was Crypto.Balesh. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but this Instagram influencer had 14.4 thousand followers. And he had high prices. When I asked him could he reduce the price, he pretty much suggested an Insta story. Again, I'm new to Instagram. I don't know really anything about this stuff, but ultimately, I said, well, let me just try it to see what's the difference between it and would it work better than a post. One thing is I wasn't able really to see any stats, so that was a negative. The thing that's good about it is you can swipe up and it takes you right to my website. But again, I don't know how popular stories are versus posts. So I guess if I do any more in the future, I don't want to do an Insta story anymore, even though I like the way the Insta story page looked on the cell phone. But again, I don't have any stats, so I don't think I'll be doing that again. And last but not least, I finally was able to start a YouTube placement ads campaign. And what that basically does is, when you're watching YouTube, if you see the videos that pop up at the beginning or the end or the middle, but it has that skip ad button, that's what I'm doing now. Now, what I did was I tried to locate 40 videos that talk about cryptocurrency that had more than 100,000 views. So hopefully by the end of the week, I'll have some ad results from this YouTube campaign to report. During the week, I'll be monitoring the campaign to see which videos are giving me the most clicks and which ones are not, and removing and replacing those with some other video options. Hopefully this YouTube placement ad campaign will result in more sales. The one thing I can say about the Instagram influencers, it didn't really pan out with sales, but it did get traffic to my site. And again, I'm hoping that traffic can be retargeted and turned into sales in the future. Let me show you my Shopify visits page, and I'm a little over 500 visitors in a month's time. So, of course, I would love more sales, but I do have to be happy with the fact that I have been able to drive people to the website. So that's all the happenings with multiple passive streams of income. Again, happy to see Crypterra back up. Hopefully withdrawals soon with Crypterra. Hopefully not a scam and exit scheme so that there's profitability for the rest of the 2-year contract. Obviously, Hashflare is doing its thing. We also have the hodling of Ripple, which is doing its thing so far, and we will see if that coin really starts to represent the utility that it's based on. And then lastly, price-pop.com, big learning curve but seeing a little bit of results as far as visitors, and hopefully that's going to cash into sales in a couple of months. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you guys. Until next week, take care of yourselves and take care of others.